today's launch, Orange is therefore not only strengthening its own footprint, it is also demonstrating its long-term commitment to Sierra Leone and to strengthening the national foundations upon which many others will now build. So, on behalf of the entire telecommunications sector, I extend my sincere appreciation and congratulations to Orange Sierra Leone and the Sonatel Group for this important contribution to our national digital journey. Together, we are building not only infrastructure, but capacity, confidence, and a future-ready nation. I thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. I was just doing a check here of the youngest cabinet in West Africa. Not only does Sierra Leone pop up, Madam Minister's name also pops up, even if wrongly spelled. But thank you very much for that. May I kindly ask on the State House Tech team to set up the lectern before the next agenda item, please. Thank you very much. On the agenda item of the brief that I received, I was told to introduce the President, His Excellency Julius Maada, for 1 minute. And I've been thinking, how can I do that? Considering the fact that the first time I met him was in 1995. I was a lame president of a student union that had nothing, meeting the vice chairman of the NPRC. And after that meeting, one night, after the vice chairman of NPRC had become the chairman himself, one Dr. Tengbe went to Forabe College campus to say, "We are here to see your student union president." And I was there watching Forabe College, the Cynical Hall. We used to have a TV in front of it. We're watching something. And then the people, my students, my people, I used to call them at the time, said, "Why do you want to see our president?" I said, "Because the head of Sierra Leone wants to see him." So they took us somewhere, very dark, at night. And we had this first face-to-face meeting, not in his office at Cochrane, where we met him the previous time. And we had a very interesting conversation. He said that the removal of Strasser was in the best interest of Sierra Leone because they wanted to hold multi-party elections as planned. And then I said, "Okay, sir, General, we held a meeting today as students and we agreed that elections should be held in February." That was just a few weeks away. And he gave us his commitment. A commitment he duly delivered on. It's a rarity in our sub-region. We are sort of all familiar with what is happening around the world these days. And the last tribute I'll pay before leaving this stage, at least for the time being, a couple of days ago, I called the BBC and said to them with all authority that the ousted president of Guinea-Bissau was going to be taken to Dakar. And they're like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "I'm actually in Sierra Leone, whose president is the head of ECOWAS." So that's the privileged position I found myself in. And eventually, that turned out to be the reality. It's my honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to deliver a keynote speech.
last night. Ministers of government, honorable members of parliament, our revered paramount chiefs, the mayor and councillors of the whole city council, the director general of Sonatec Group, management of Orange, Sierra Leone and Limited, private sector practitioners and development partners, representatives of civil society that are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is, of course, a big joy to me and deep gratitude that I stand here before all of you today to launch the state-of-the-art center constructed by Orange, Sierra Leone Limited and Sonatec Group. First, I wish to thank Orange, Sierra Leone Limited and Sonatec Group for organizing this occasion. It was going to be extremely difficult for me to be here, but I decided that I should be here because it may look like a small occasion, but it is pivotal and very, very important for what we want to embark on in Sierra Leone. Secondly, the vision in implementing the project that perfectly aligns with that of my government's vision, which is all about making connectivity a catalyst for growth. All we fight for at all times is to make sure that we don't lag behind as a nation. And as a catalyst, this move or this project, which has been completed, is very, very important for us. For me, it's always a pleasure when I see private sector institutions undertake projects that are in sync with what government development agenda is. And that is the synergy that we seek at all times to make sure that what the private sector does is not out of sync with what we do. Because the synergy that occurs between our activities is what actually moves the nation forward. Government has set up a clear path. Your balloons are scaring me. I wanted to die for cover. As government has set out a clear path for development through the big 5 game changers. And at the heart of this agenda is the conviction and total belief that technology and innovation are essential enablers of economic growth, improve public service delivery, which is paramount to what we need as a nation. As a government, though very gradually or slowly, we are taking practical steps in policy and legislation to prioritize technical innovations and skills advancement to leapfrog our development. To my mind, this facility is more than just a structure. It is a concrete expression of our ambition to harness technology for national development. It reflects the growing trust that exists between the business community and the reforms and stability and the long-term national vision that we have. It is my expectation, ladies and gentlemen, that this data center, the Go Data Center, will strengthen our national digital infrastructure, improve the reliability and security of service provision. It is also my hope that this facility will enable a faster and more resilient connectivity that will enhance service delivery and public satisfaction. This facility should be able to attract small-scale businesses, enable Sierra Leone to scale digital businesses, and open new opportunities for our youth. I've always said that we should pay special attention to the youth budget that we have. If we should benefit from the demographic dividend, we have to invest in these youth. And the best investment for the human being is education, skills. Let's give them what is needed so that they will be able to navigate a very difficult world that lies ahead of us. But let me hasten to caution that as we expand our digital footprint, we must do so responsibly. By hosting data locally, as we are about to commence, we must protect our citizens' information, create opportunity for Syrians to participate more responsibly in the global digital economy. Just as somebody said, data is such a precious good today, and therefore, where we keep that trove, that treasure trove, should be well protected, because that is what everybody is looking for. And basically, we have to do so responsibly. But I want to trust Mr. Ba, well, everybody who has spoken was fine, who said that he can vouch for the integrity of what we have here today, having operated elsewhere in the world. I thank you for your word. But I will encourage all Orange Sierra Leone to take measures to ensure robust cybersecurity for the end users. Our people, especially those living in remote areas, are mostly exposed to internet fraudsters, cyberbullying. But cyberbullying is not just for the remote people. Even we in politics are cyberbullying from time to time, and all other forms of cyber insecurity. As your clients, we expect Orange to work with the industry partners to uphold the highest standards of data protection and privacy. Infrastructure alone is not enough. We must invest in people. I am a people-centered leader, a human capitalist, and therefore I will never spare any moment without talking about the human being. I urge Orange, Sierra Leone Limited, and Sonata, and other service providers to training technicians, cyber security specialists, so that Sierra Leoneans will fill the jobs created by this and other future projects. To our young people, the gems of our society, the innovators, the coders, the entrepreneurs, we are investing in a future where your ideas matter. We are moving away from mundane ideas of innovation to ones that reflect the realities of the 21st century. This edifice is a symbol, and I therefore want to urge and challenge you to take steps to nurture the investment and to let it inspire the genesis in you. And this I've always said. Of course, we don't have it all in Sierra Leone, but we are making a deliberate effort to make sure that we catch up with the rest of the world. And this is a typical example. Data sovereignty. It's not always that we should be hosting, we should be hosted elsewhere in terms of such an important phenomenon called data. We have to be able, and this exemplifies that. At this juncture, let me commend Orange Sierra Leone Limited for vision and commitment to Sierra Leone. This project exemplifies what can be achieved when the public and private sector work together in the national interest. My government will continue to support and create the enabling environment for private sector initiatives like this to thrive. I'm basically inviting other private sectors to follow in the footsteps of Orange Radio. And to the leadership and staff of Orange Radio, to our development partners and to engineers and workers who have built this facility, to each and every citizen who have supported our national development agenda, I say to all of you, thank you. It is needless for me to make long speeches and to expect that you will follow if you don't follow. I'm only a leader when people follow me. Otherwise, I cease to be a leader when I talk and you don't follow. And I thank you, Orange Radio, for accepting the challenge, coming to my second city and putting such an infrastructure that is so critical that I thought that today I was supposed to be somewhere else, but I chose to be here deliberately. Here I was going to have more people clapping for me. But they are clapping now. Thank you. May it serve our national interest and inspire further investment that brings dignity, opportunity, and prosperity to our nation, the land that we say we love. I now have the honor, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government and people's really, to declare officially this center open. I will symbolically do the cutting of the ribbon when Mr. Fufana is ready. But I'm entrusted with the leadership of this country by God. So I will bless all of you and bless this nation. Say amen. Amen. You will go back different from how you came there. That is, I will assure you, I'm not a man of God, but I'm a son of God. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I was very curious when you said that we would not go the way we came. So I'm waiting. Well, thank you so much. The late former Ivorian president used to say, La paix, ce n'est pas un mot, c'est un comportement. Peace is not just a word, it's a way of life. So I think what has happened here today is the development, c'est pas un mot, c'est un comportement. Development is not just a word, it's a way of life. At some point I thought that I might move to be working from Bo, being assured of such potential that this data center has. Then I'll be very fine to do my virtual meetings, do my virtual interviews, find my reports, and do everything. And that sort of like makes our country a lot smaller, more efficient in terms of being able to do the things that we should be doing. When the buses clear up, I think the honorable leader of government business sort of had his way with this when he threatened that he would come here in a roundabout manner to have access. So I think Orange really listened. And the following people will join His Excellency shortly as he comes up to cut the ribbon and go on the conducted tour. Before the President does, he'll be joined by Orange SL CEO, Orange Group CEO, the Orange General Secretary, Huawei Country Director, NATCA Director General, Minister of Communication and Technology, the President of the SLFA, the Orange Chief Technology Officer, the Governor of the Central Bank, the Leader of Government Business, and the Orange Human Resource Director. Please, if you have not heard your name, unless you are a part of the President's close security, please kindly do not come. Your Excellency, sir, could you be joined by the people I just called to kindly cut the tape? The national anthem before the President does, please. Thank you very much, the Bow School Brass Band.
With a lot of happiness and joy, I now have the pleasure of officially commissioning this edifice, the Bow Data Center.
So the President is now unveiling the plaque, which says, Orange is here. Orange Sierra Leone Bow Data Center facility officially inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone on the 29th day of November 2025. Under the leadership of Mr. Brelot Ba, Director General Sonatel Group and Chairman Board of Orange SL, and Mr. Sekou Amadou Ba, CEO of Orange SL. The Excellency will now proceed to the networking center. The cameras are not allowed beyond this point, please. Thank you very much.
Which one? You see, you don't need that. I need to do it. The mic is not just that. The mic is very clear. So,
love everyone.
we just arrived now home with his wife, his beautiful wife, elegant wife. He just arrived for can join His Excellency, the President as well. We just got here His Excellency deliver the keynote address, and also it officially commissioned the structure where earlier I don't talk about the technical man, the chief technical man on Orange, this everyone can tell you. And from the speeches then, you don't hear me, they don't talk about the building, the structure, and how this structure get for benefits Sierra Leone, get for benefits both, get for benefits communication. Now this place here. Now go people, this now na you. They don't tell now about how Trade calls, they go all the way, how many miles for now not just within. They don't tell you how connectivity gets for being increased. And the president during his speech highlights a lot of things there. Where one part in them is say he expressed delight, he appreciates this kind of development where Orange bring come. He said that kind of developments there he look forward to from the private sector, where for sync with government plans them for ensure Sierra Leone develop. Also, he encouraged Orange for ensure they deepen cyber security, because we all know through the internet fraud caused by all of them there. So the president said aware of all of them there. He encouraged them for let them pay attention to that and ensure say me and you we safe in this country with the information where we they deliver, where government they deliver, where business people they deliver. He also encouraged them for also look at cyberbullying. Let them try to manage that one day also, because we know me and you every day people they go under the attack of cyberbullying. Every day you will somebody, they cry, you will see somebody. So the president and the president will really they follow and you know what they happen. He encourage Orange Sierra Leone for looking to all of them things they did. The president also encouraged private sector. He said that kind of private sector developments there, we see with government development in one economy. He said this is an example of waiting we stand for achieve if the private sector choose for work with government and bring developments to the country. And he hopes that this will serve national interests and also will inspire other developmental partners in the private sector for come on board and work with government. This is a milestone achievement. This kind of edifice where they plant so na whole district. At the background, and not only by the structure, as more of Fana said mentioned, not only by the structure, but I'm waiting the structure get for progress for this country, and waiting the inside, both people around the whole district, all long see, and also this is an opportunity, businesses, communication, everything, even offices they open here, because now they are sure of strong, strengthening internet connectivity, and ensure say your data safe, and you don't really see the benefits. The president also has so far today, now so we the left by this program, and also just continue to stay glued to State House Facebook Live as forthcoming programs and
issues, democracy, now we not. We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Stuff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability. The news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer.